Today's prescription is about when you need to taking a step back from your prescriptions. You know, the CDC has officially declared that prescription drug abuse in the U.S. has reached epidemic proportions. Unintentional overdose deaths involving opioid pain relievers have more than quadrupled since 1999. In less than 2 decades, more than quadrupled, and have outnumbered those involving heroin and cocaine. So people will often say, I'm not addicted to drugs because it's a prescription.
That's
but
right.
These are just as addictive, and based on the death statistics, can potentially cause death more easily than heroin and cocaine, mainly because so many people think that, well, if a doctor prescribed it, it must be safe.
Right.
48 million Americans use 3 or more prescription drugs every month. And the reality is, one of the things you can do when you go see your doctor, because a lot of us see different doctors. We may see a cardiologist, a gastroenterologist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, and then they're all prescribing different medicines. So at least once a year, take a little brown bag with every medicine you take, over-the-counter, vitamins, all of them, take them to your doctor so that your doc can go through it and literally say, you know what, you don't need to be on this anymore, because so often we end up with a bag of medicines that we don't necessarily need to be on.
And you know what? It's actually really scary. There's increasing statistics that older adults over the age of 65, 70 are becoming dependent on prescription meds. And again, because they have more health problems, but then they get addicted and they're not managing their medications correctly, just as you were saying. So they end up with these bags of medications. They're taking things that aren't even valid anymore.
And we doctors have to assume the responsibility. You know, the fact that sometimes it is the best thing for our patients. We shouldn't be people pleasers, right? Sometimes the best medicine for a patient is just to say no.
If you're abusing prescription medications or you're afraid that you may be physically dependent, seek help. You can call the National Helpline, 1-800-662-HELP.